Good afternoon and welcome to News Now. My name is Hibak Saeed. To start us off, the Supreme Court of Kenya has thrown out the petition filed by Homa Bay MP Peter Kaluma, who was challenging the decision to have LGBTQ allowed to form groups, in which he had asked the Apex Court to review its decision on the definition of sex. In his application before the Supreme Court, dated March 9th, 2023, Kaluma asked the judges to stay the orders which had compelled NGO Coordination Board to register members of the LGBTQ community. In the ruling delivered by the Supreme Court, it says that consequently, we did, by a majority, agree with the findings of the High Court and the Court of Appeal that LGBTQ persons have a right to freedom of association, which includes the right to form an association of any kind. The appeal was therefore dismissed in its entirety. Right. Now, the prosecution prosecuting the Aror and Kimwarer Dam scandal has today failed to question witnesses in the case. The prosecution had called witnesses to testify against former CS Henry Rotich, and when they took to the witness stand, the prosecution said they had no questions to the prosecution witnesses. Similarly, they have filed an application seeking to have the trial Magistrate Eunice Nyutu recluse herself in the application that they claim that the court had exhibited open bias and hostility towards the prosecution.
Nominated to appear, that is Cecilia Loingaluka. Is currently out of station, undertaking audits at the counties, and cannot avail herself immediately. They have also expressed concern at the turn of events, noting that they have always cooperated and heeded to previous summons to appear in court, and the said witness has not been bonded to attend court, hence the warrant of arrest hasn't come as a shock. The court wishes to note that the investigating officer on oath stated before this court that he had bonded the said witness, and therefore that will appear on record that there's a statement by the investigating officer on oath that he bonded the said witness. Nevertheless, the court has noted that.
Moving on, the court has now ordered the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission to return 2 million shillings that was taken during a raid at former Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya's house. Chief Magistrate Thomas Nziuki says the said money was not an exhibit before the court, hence the need to give it back. He has, however, objected to the release of the 2 million shillings, saying they do not know how it was acquired. Oparanya's lawyer, Osiemo, says the officers went against the directive by the court and took money that was meant for Oparanya's children's school fees.
1/8 of 2023. The order is categorical for that the sum of 2 million is not part of the search warrant. Such seizure and/or holding of the sum of 2 million by UCC cannot be explained and/or justified within the scope of the warrant of search issued by this court. Equally, the sum of 2 million is not alleged within the jurisdiction of this court. So this court cannot continue entertaining any further litigation over this particular sum. I agree with Mr. Kagusha that the search warrant that this court issued is now spent. I therefore make the following orders. that this matter is hereby marked as closed. And leave parties to their own devices at liberty.
3 police officers have been charged at a Milimani court with robbery with violence. The 3 were charged with the robbing of Said Omar Ahmed of over 23 million shillings while armed to their teeth. Charles Gishohi Muchoya, Cyprian Jagi and Roy Opio denied the allegations, and the magistrate Wandi Anyamu ordered them to be released on bail of 150,000 shillings or 300,000 shilling bond. The 3 had threatened to use violence against Said Omar Mohammed.
May be released on a cash bail of 300,000 each with one surety, or a cash bail of 150 each. Mention for pre-trial is going to be on the, did we say the 19th of September? 27th of September. For this case number
Yes.
581 of 2023.
Yes.
Yes.
The amount hearing from Said Omar, who is the complainant here.
Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna has criticized President William Ruto for not fulfilling the promises he made during the campaign period 1 year since he took power. Sifuna, who spoke in an exclusive interview at Radio 47 Breakfast Show, has stated that the president has been conducting early campaigns instead of delivering to Kenyans. The Kenya Kwanza government by President William Ruto is now celebrating 1 year since its formation. Senator Sifuna also stated that the 5 MPs who went against the party's directive are no longer members of ODM and should leave.
Hizi mizigo ambayo inaongezewa wananchi kwa sasa kwa kweli sio fair yani, unaona? Kwa sababu maisha yamekuwa magumu na tungependa wananchi wetu waweze kufanya biashara zao pasi na kutozwa ushuru kwa kiwango ambacho kiko pale. Mimi najua kwamba maisha yamewalemea hawa jamaa. Kwa hivyo kuongeza ushuru huu na hizi ada zote ambazo zinatolewa kwa sasa kwa kweli inaenda kupelekea kwamba hata ile ugumu uliokuwako itakuwa wasi yani. Kwa hivyo mimi nazidi kuwaomba hawa ndugu zetu wa UDA. Sijui kwa nini wamefocus sana na kuwaumiza wananchi. Kwa sababu Sakaja na yeye anafuata tu vile ambavyo Ruto anafanya. Yeye Ruto anatuwekea ushuru huku, Sakaja anaweka ushuru huku chini. Itachukua muda. Haijalishi inachukua muda gani, lazima tufanye kile kitu ambacho sheria inatuambia na kile kitu ambacho katiba inatuambia. Kwa hivyo sisi tumeanza mapema. Wakati huu tumeanza mapema na tuna muda. Unaona kwamba tumemaliza tayari na disciplinary committee, recommendations zimefika kwenye NEC. Katiba yetu ya chama pia iko na process, kwa sababu mimi kama wakili najua lazima upatie mtu ile kitu wanaitwa fair hearing. Ikitoka kwa NEC mimi naenda kuita NGC kama katibu mkuu National Governing Council waidhinishe na hiyo decision ambayo imepitishwa na NEC. Baada ya hiyo expulsion inaenda ikitoka kwa NGC mambo yako imeisha.
Now, an autopsy of the body of the late Makasi Mwangangi, who died together with her child during delivery at Mwingi Level 4 Hospital, has ruled out that the cause of death was hemorrhage and infection due to prolonged labor. The autopsy was conducted by Nairobi-based pathologist Dr. Ndegwa, accompanied by family pathologist. The county government health senior officials has overruled the speculations that the disease died due to medical negligence and that her body had an infant inside her womb. The county health minister Ruth Koki and her colleague Benson Musyoka have urged the locals and leaders to stop speculations and politicking regarding the death of the two.
We've conducted a post-mortem examination on the body of the late, and we have conclusively come up with the cause of death as hemorrhage or blood loss and infection due to prolonged labor, which was also obstructed labor.
Nataka niseme huyu mama wakati aliletwa hospitali siku ya Friday on 1st, she had stayed at home for some time and she had been referred to a private facility. She was brought to the Mwingi Level 4 Hospital like after 3 days. That is prolonged labor. When she arrived at the hospital, she was taken to the theater, but unfortunately, she got the urge to push and therefore delivered normally, which what we call a spontaneous delivery. Mtoto alikuwa weak vile waziri amesema. Madaktari wetu wakajaribu kuresuscitate mtoto lakini tukampoteza. Mama naye alikuwa pia amepata atea, akaweza kushonwa na akaweza kumanejiwa. Mama alimanejiwa siku 5. Siku ya 5 ndio she became very unwell, and our doctors tried everything. We lost the mother.
Now, the national government, through the Ministry of Health, is seeking to construct level 3 hospitals in all the 47 counties to a tune of 2.3 billion shillings. According to the head of infrastructure development at the Ministry of Health, Engineer Michael Thwita, the level 3 hospitals will be constructed to a tune of 50 million shillings each, with a view to enhance access to quality health care of services. Speaking during the handing over of the site for construction of a similar facility at Urenga Health Center in Ugenya Sub-County, Siaya County, the engineer stated that the project aims to elevate Urenga Health Facility from its current status, and the project will go for 52 weeks, after which it will be handed over to the county government. Thwita has challenged the county government of Siaya to start thinking of how they will operationalize the facility once the construction is completed. Siaya County Director of Public Health, Kennedy Orwenjo, who was represented by the county government during the handing over ceremony, welcomed the project, saying that it will greatly boost the provision of healthcare services in the region.
We have come to Urega to give a site to the contractor. We want to do a level 3A facility as they project to get a level 4. So the project will go for 52 weeks, and we are expecting that when it is ready, we are going to hand over to the county government. With the level 3B, we know that we will have some inpatients, we will have an X-ray, we have a lab. So we also expect that the county will be able to now to build up the HR. That means they really need now to start thinking about having some more staffs.
Ideally, this particular center is going to host with us a theater. It's going to have a pediatric ward, a postnatal ward. We're also going to have a laboratory. We're also going to have an ultrasound room. And we're also going to have, of course, several other units that will support mother and child treatment within the facility.
So I want to take this opportunity to thank the national government for having given us this program, the area MP for having facilitated, the county government for having accepted. So we are going to benefit a lot from it. It's going to improve services in the facility.
Elsewhere, the National Council of Churches of Kenya is banking on players in the public transport sector in Nakuru to kick out peace disruptors within the sector for peaceful communities. This comes after a surge in cases of insecurity perpetrated by suspected criminal gangs in Nakuru. Chichi Josephine with more.
The partnership dubbed Pamoja Tuchunge Amani seeks to expand and strengthen crime and peace watch initiatives in the city in a bid to forestall re-emergence of disruptive criminal gangs.
Usione kuwa kuna mwenzako amenyang'anywa pochi na ukaona huyu si sister yangu wala si relative. You see what goes around?
NCCK's coordinator Reverend Peter Chiriso says 83 Matatu SACCOs and over 8,000 members affiliated to border SACCOs in the county have been enlisted as peace ambassadors, helping security officers in the area to flag criminal activities, and will work with other residents to foster peaceful coexistence among each other.
We really encourage them to see that they are holding peace. And when we finished the election and it was very peaceful, they did a good job. And we saw unto it that at this time we meet again and try to see the ways that we used and they used also to maintain the peace. And that's why we are existing up to this moment.
Speaking in Nakuru after a consultative meeting, Vice Chairman of the Central Rift Matatu Owners Association, Michael Nyuro, affirmed his commitment to the cause by ensuring that all employees of various circles under the association are initiated as peace ambassadors and professionals for an efficient sector.
Tuko na stage managers. Sasa tunaajiri wale watu wako qualified kama ni madriver. Kama ni manamba wale wanajitaga manamba, siku hizi tumewaweka na jaile inatakikana. Sasa we value our customers kuliko hawa wafanyikazi wetu.
Munyeri, who is the chairman of the Nakuru County Boda Boda Association, noted that high unemployment rates among the youth in the city contribute to a rise of insecurity, saying peace will create the desired conducive environment for life-changing opportunities for thousands of young and jobless people.
Pikipiki katika sekta haijakuwa regulated, hatuwezi nunua moto pikipiki yoyote ukiwa wapi, but sasa naye akikuja tuseme anafanya kazi na sisi kama ya bodaboda, kuna zile mikakati tumeweka kuhakikisha ako pamoja na sisi na anafanya kazi, ila hakuwezi wale wabaya kukosa kuwa anajificha huku katikati, but tuko na mikakati yenye tumeweka na tumekubaliana na serikali kuna hata ya county kuweza kuidentify watu wa bodaboda. Hivi karibuni mtaona mabadiliko.
The peace ambassadors will also carry messages of peace, cohesion and integration in their line of duty in the effort to encourage their passengers to become peace ambassadors in their wards as well. Chichi, Josephine, TV47.
Now, primary and secondary schools in Malindi, Kilifi County are experiencing a shortage of latrines. In Kakokeni Primary School, students and teachers have been forced to use one facility with disregard to gender. Now, this situation has led to a lack of peace amongst the teachers, and they are requesting the government to intervene and provide a solution to the problem. The area MP, Amina Mnyanzi, has acknowledged the problem and said she intends to solve this problem using CDF.
Tucho ni moja peke yake, walimu wa kike, walimu wa kiume, sote tunapiga laini pale pale, tunatumia kile choo. So nikaona hiyo kiwalimu ile heshima inatoka, imenitatiza mpaka to some extent. Unaona tu afadhali tutafute hata kama ni room moja upande ule. Kuna CDF ilirekebisha ile mjengo pale, ikajengea watoto vyo karibu 8. Sasa ile hali ya kwamba ni watoto wamejengewa, halafu sasa mwalimu pia nayo mtengee choo chake pale, wakati mwingine ile hali ya mtoto mpate haki yake unamnyima kiasi.
Labda nikidokeza kidogo upande wa special needs, hawana choo kabisa. Wale watoto walemavu hawana choo kabisa. Upande ule mwingine choo yao ilivunjika na hata sasa haijashughulikiwa. Watoto wanaenda msituni na wale ni walemavu. Kwa hivyo vile mama amekuja, ni maombi yetu kwamba kutakuwa na mabadiliko makubwa ili kwamba maisha ya watoto yawe salama na waweze kuendelea vizuri na masomo yao.
Quite a sad state of affairs. Now, residents of Gitaru, Kiambu County were earlier today excited about getting free cooking oil after a tanker ferrying unrefined cooking oil from Mombasa to neighboring Uganda overturned on the Nairobi-Nakuru highway. However, their joy has been short-lived when Kikuyu Deputy Sub-County Police Commander Evans Moses said that the oil poses a danger to their health. Now, Moses says that the unrefined oil has impurities and should not be consumed by the locals. He even advised those who had already consumed it to seek medical intervention from the nearest health center. Residents have, however, claimed that the accident was a blessing considering the high cost of living. There were no casualties in the early morning incident.
Bili kukuwa na watu wengi wenye walikuwa wameanza kuchota, lakini vile masaa inaenda ikiendelea ndio watu wamekuja wakashota mafuta mpaka yenye ilikuwa imejaa hapa kwa mtaro, naona ni kama yote imeisha.
Kaji wa hapa Gitaru na leo asubuhi tumenyeshewa na baraka. Tumesikia gari imekuja, wakao serikali imetukalia kidogo, lakini Mungu ameona kilio yetu, kaamua kutunyeshea baraka. Asubuhi gari ikakuja imeanguka, na sisi kama wananchi hatujakasirika sana ama hatujalia juu hakuna mtu amekufa ama maumivu yenye imeripotiwa ya hali ya juu.
Hii gari ilikuwa inatoka Mombasa ikiwa inabeba mafuta unrefined ya kupika, ilikuwa inapeleka Uganda. So wakati ilifika hii mali hiyo ikapata tire burst ikaanguka. So hii mafuta ni unrefined, na ningeomba wananchi wasiweze kutumia hii mafuta sababu itawadhuru kwa njia nyingine ama nyingine. Haikuwa imefika process ya kumaliza kupika. So mafuta unrefined.
Now to the wonderful world of sports, where Kenyan football fans have thronged the Kasarani Stadium to cheer on the men's national football team Harambee Stars when it plays against South Sudan in their friendly match, which is currently ongoing. Harambee Stars and South Sudan conducted their final training sessions Monday evening ahead of the match, which they will use to identify their mistakes and improve before taking part in the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations. Now, Harambee Stars are the heavy favorites to win the match owing to their recent fine run of form after defeating Qatar 2-1 in their first friendly match last week and having home-based support from fans. Speaking after their training session, Harambee Stars head coach Engin Firat emphasized that his main target in the match is to improve their style of play as opposed to getting good results only.
Tomorrow against the match, like I said, the result is for me personal, not important. Important is how now other players develop, how other players can bring something to the team. Because if I talk about the World Cup qualifiers, for example, it's long term. So I need to have a B plan. What happens if Olonga is injured, if this is missing or this is missing? So I need to have solutions. I cannot sit down and cry. So these are the matches where the boys can show that they can close this gap, and I have to see what will go on. So therefore, for me, tomorrow is most important from what I expect from them, to be patient, to pass well, so that we get our chances and hopefully also the result.
We are planning to play a great game against our own brothers.